Okay, so let's start our today's session. And before going to start new topic, first let me know what is the answer of our last lecture's example. I have given 2 example for the homework. So raise your hand or give me answer in the chat box. I have given 2 examples, right? So raise your hand. Who has done the example? Okay, Devanshi, I'm going to unmute you. Yes, Devanshi.
Hello.
Yes.
Ma'am, the GT is equal to 5 sine 3t minus 5 by 4 question.
Yes.
So first we'll find the Laplace of 5 sine 3t. It is 15 upon s square plus 9. And then by second shifting theorem, we'll find the overall answer. So it is e to the power minus pi into s by 4 into 15 upon s square plus 9.
How 15, Devanshi?
Ma'am, phi is a constant, and as per the sine formula, it is a upon s square plus 9. So we will have numerator 3.
Yes. Okay. 3 into 5, so 15. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. I think there is mistake in answer. I have direct, see in textbook, it is unsolved and they given the direct answer. So I write here direct. So here 15 upon s square plus 9. Okay, you are right. Thank you. And
Thank you,
second question, that is, find the Laplace transform of t square sine omega t, right, everyone? And the answer of that is 2 omega in the bracket 3 s square minus omega square upon s square plus omega square whole raised to 3. So these are the answer of the yesterday's homework example, right? Let's start our today's topic, and that is okay. So before going to start, as there is holiday on yesterday, first just recall in 2 to 3 minutes all formula of the Laplace transform. So I am going to unmute randomly anyone. Okay, everyone ready? I will just, I announce your name and you have to tell me the formula of that, right? So everyone ready for that? Okay, so Kunj Patel. I'm going to unmute you, Kunj. Hello, Kunj, can you hear me? Okay, Kunj Patel. Hello, Kunj. Okay, Kunj is not hearing. Neil.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Neil. What is the formula of Laplace of 1? First.
1 by s.
Okay. Now what about the Laplace of e raised to at?
1 by s minus a.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you, Neil. Now, Dev Patel, roll number 11. Dev Patel. Dev Patel, are you ready? Dev Patel. I'm going to unmute you, Dev. Okay, Dev is again not hearing. Vansh Malhotra.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Vansh. Laplace of Laplace of sine 80 once.
A upon s square plus a square.
Okay. And what about the Laplace of cos hyperbolic 80?
Cos hyperbolic s upon s square minus a square.
Here is, sorry, here is A, right? Okay. S upon
Yes.
S square
S
minus
square minus
A
a square.
square. And the last one, what about the Laplace of t raised to n?
T raised to n factorial upon n s raised to n plus 1.
S raised to n plus 1. This is when our n is whole number.
Integer.
But if our n is fraction, then what?
Gamma function of n plus 1
Very good.
upon s raised to n plus 1.
Okay, thank you so much once. So students, as I told you, this all formula are very helpful for our today's session also, right? So let's start our today's session, and that is integration of Laplace transform, and that is also known as division by t. Again, this is the theory, and it will be asked in the internal exam as well as in final exam. It means in GTU exam, right? So let's start the statement. If Laplace of f of t is equal to f of s, then Laplace of f of t upon t is equal to integration s to infinity f of s ds. Students, today we are doing division by t, or it is known as the integration of Laplace transform. And in the last lecture, we did the, if you remember, we did the derivative of Laplace transform, or we can say the differentiation of Laplace transform, right? And what is the formula? Anyone know what is the formula of differentiation of Laplace transform? Differentiation of Laplace transform, what is that? Raise your hand, students. It is again helpful, and it is, as I told you, it is most important formula. Yes, Achilles, I'm going to unmute you. Yes, Achilles.
Ma'am, I don't know the formula, but I know the method. For example, if it is given t multiplied by any function, so we will find the Laplace of that function and then we will differentiate it.
Okay, okay. Okay. Okay, sorry. So see, in this case, the statement is Laplace of f of t is equal to capital F of s, and here Laplace of f of t upon t is given, right? Laplace of f of t upon t is given, so equal to integration s to infinity f of s ds. Students, I am here. This is the definition. Laplace of f of t is equal to capital F of s equal to integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus st ft dt, integrating on both the side with respect to s from s to infinity. Here our integrations limit is s to infinity. Please remind it. Okay. Normally students make mistake and they write the limits 0 to infinity. So here in this definition, we take integration both the side s to infinity f of s ds, right? This is in here left hand side, we take integration with limits s to infinity with respect to x. Similarly, on the right hand side, integration s to infinity with respect to s. Now, since s and t are independent variables, so interchanging the order of integration. So by interchanging the order of integration, if I put this integral first, so I put this integral inside and this 0 to infinity outside, and similarly this ds inside and dt outside. So I just change the order of integration and I rewrite my this step, that is integration 0 to infinity e raised to minus st ft dt. I just want to do the integration first with respect to s. Okay. So what is the answer of this bracket, or what is the integration of this s to infinity e raised to minus st ft dt? And that is, we do the integration with respect to s. That's why the integration is e raised to minus st upon minus t into f of t, where the limits are s to infinity. And the integration 0 to infinity into dt, keep it the same, right? Now, e raised to minus s, if I put these limits here, then what do? Here, you all know, if I put my upper limit here, then 0 to infinity, first keep it same, then e raised to minus infinity upon minus t into f of t minus we have to replace s by s, so it keep the same. So here e raised to minus st upon minus t into f of t, right? Into ds, into dt. So as, right? So what is e raised to minus t, e raised to minus infinity is 0, right? So our first term is 0. So here 0 to infinity, 0, and this minus will convert into the plus sign. So plus e raised to minus st upon t into ft dt. Okay, so that's why it will convert into the e raised to minus st into ft dt. Okay, so okay, here, as you all know, when Laplace of f of t is equal to, as per the definition, 0 to infinity e raised to minus st ft dt, right? So if we have given left hand side, we'll write right hand side, and if we have given right hand side, we'll write left hand side. So from this, if we write Laplace of f of t, so here if we have given ft upon t, then from this we may write Laplace of ft upon t. So similarly here ft upon t, so we may write Laplace of ft upon t, and Laplace of ft upon t is equal to integration s to infinity f of s ds. Okay, students, any doubt for this theory? If you have any query, any doubt, let me know. Okay, so no doubt is there. We'll start the example on the basis of this. Okay. Our first question is, find the Laplace transform of e raised to minus at minus e raised to minus bt upon t. Have you recognized? We have to apply this method. See, in our function, in the denominator there is t. In the denominator there is t. So if function f of t divided by t is given, and if they ask to find the Laplace transform, at that time we have to apply this method, right? So here our function of t is what, student? Our function of t is our numerator, and that is our function of t is e raised to minus at minus e raised to minus bt. So first we find the Laplace of our function of t. So in the solution, Laplace of e raised to minus at minus e raised to minus bt is equal to, what is the Laplace of e raised to minus at? Laplace of e raised to minus at is 1 upon s plus a, minus Laplace of e raised to minus bt, it is 1 upon s plus b. Okay, now our question is, we have to find the Laplace of e raised to minus at minus e raised to minus bt upon t. So upon t is there. So as per the formula, we have to write, see, as per the formula, we have to write integration s to infinity f of s ds. F of s means what? F of s means the Laplace of the given function. So here, integration s to infinity Laplace of the given function into ds. Okay, so s to infinity and Laplace of the given function is what? It is 1 upon s plus a minus 1 upon s plus b into ds, right? So this is the most important. Now the integration of s to infinity 1 upon s plus a. What is the integration of 1 upon s plus a with respect to s, students? Here the derivative of the denominator is in the numerator. Derivative in the denominator with respect to s is what? 1. So derivative of the denominator is in the numerator. So the integration of this 1 upon s plus a is log s plus a. And again the derivative of in the denominator is in the numerator. So the integration of the second term with respect to s is log s plus b. Okay, got it? This is the integration of 1 upon s plus a, and this is the integration of 1 upon s plus b with respect to s. With the help of the rule of the logarithm, we'll put log s plus a minus log s plus b in the form of log s plus a upon s plus b. And the limits are s to infinity. Before going to put the limit, if I keep the s common from the numerator and the denominator, then both s will be cancelled, and here 1 plus a upon s and here 1 plus b upon s. So if I put, remember it, if I put infinity, first if I put infinity, so it is log 1 plus a upon infinity 1 plus b upon infinity minus log 1 plus a upon s and here log 1 plus b upon s. Okay, so this a upon infinity will convert into the 0, students, right? So normally log 1 is there and log, see this, normally it will convert, the both will be same and it will convert into the log 1. You may also direct write here, if you cannot take s common, see here log s plus infinity here upon s plus infinity, right? And minus log s plus a and upon s plus b. So it will convert, both is same, student. So both is same, so it will convert into the log 1. And if you can take s common, so it will just 1 by 1. So it will convert into the 1. It will convert into the 1. So normally log 1 is there, minus log 1 plus a upon s plus log 1 plus b upon s. If you wish to take s common, you can, otherwise you may direct write this term also, like log 1 minus log s plus a upon s plus b. Okay, log 1 is 0. So minus log s plus a upon s plus b is there. So if I put interchange the numerator and denominator, then this minus sign will remove and our final answer is log s plus b upon log s plus a. So here in this example, first we have to find the Laplace of the numerator. Then for the upon t, we have to apply the integration with the limit s to infinity with respect to s. Then we have to do the integration both terms separately. Then we have to apply the rule of the logarithm and we'll put here minus sign is there. So we'll put log s plus a upon s plus b. Then after applying this upper limit and the lower limit, we'll get log 1 minus the log 1 plus a by s, 1 plus b by s, so that log 1 is 0. So minus log s plus a upon s plus b. And by interchanging the numerator and denominator, we'll get our final answer. Let's start our second example for the better understanding. In this case, again, in the denominator, there is t, right? So what is our function? Our function is sine 2t. So first we find the Laplace of our function f of t, and that is 2 upon s square plus 4. But we want to find the Laplace of sine 2t upon t. So here integration s to infinity Laplace of sine 2t into ds. What is the Laplace of sine 2t? That is 2 upon s square plus 4, right? Now, if I put 2 out of the integral, what is the integration of 1 upon s square plus 4? S square plus 4 is 1 upon s square plus a square. 1 upon s square plus 1 upon s square plus a square is there. As 1 upon s square plus a square is there. With respect to s, here a is our constant, and that is a is constant. So in this case, our a is 2. So 1 by a. So 1 by 2 tan inverse s by a. The formula of the integration of this term is 1 by a tan inverse s by a. And here our a is 2. So this 2 will cancel. The final term is tan inverse s by 2. And the limits are s to infinity, right? So if I put infinity first, so tan inverse infinity is pi by 2, students. You all know. Tan inverse infinity is pi by 2 minus tan inverse s by 2. Now pi by 2 minus tan inverse s by 2 is cot inverse s by 2, right? And if I interchange this numerator and denominator, my answer is tan inverse 2 by s. You may write your final answer is in the form of cot or in the form of tan, as you wish. Okay, so any doubts, students, till this example? Let me know. If you have no doubt, then we'll move for the next example. If you have any query, then first solve and then we'll move. Okay. Okay. Okay, Dev. See, this is previous slide as you asked. Okay, Dev, any doubt? Okay. So the next question is, find the Laplace transform of cos at minus cos bt upon t. In the case, our function of t is cos at minus cos bt. See here, the Laplace of cos at is s upon s square plus a square, and Laplace of cos bt is s upon s square plus b square, right? So we want to find the Laplace of cos at minus cos bt upon t. So we'll put integration s to infinity Laplace of cos at minus cos bt with respect to s, and that is s upon s square plus a square minus s upon s square plus b square. Now, for integration of s upon s square plus a square, so if I multiply and divide by 2, if I multiply and divide by 2, then the derivative of the denominator is in the numerator now, right? So the 1/2. Now the integration of this term is what? Log of s square plus a square, and this 1/2 is here. Again, the derivative of the denominator is in the numerator. So 1/2 log s square plus b square, and the limits are s to infinity. Okay. Now again, if I apply the rule of the logarithm, then I will put this term as 1/2 is common, and here log s square plus a square upon s square plus b square, right? Again, we take s square common and will convert 1 plus a square upon a square and 1 plus b square upon s square. By putting infinity, we'll get our first term as log 1, and the second term is keep it the same. Log 1 is again 0. This term is 0. So our answer is minus 1/2 log s square plus a square upon s square plus b square. So if we interchange our numerator and denominator, then minus sign is removed, and our final answer is 1/2 log s square plus b square upon s square plus a square. Students, may you all are think that it is very easy. Yes, all topics are very easy, but it is very lengthy chapter. So normally what is the problem of the students? At the last, all things are gathered, right? You have to remember everything, what to do in the first shifting theorem, what to do in the second shifting theorem, what to do when you have asked for Laplace of t into f of t, what to do when you have asked for Laplace of f of t upon t, right? And so many more topics are till we learn, right? So when all things are gathered, when the chapter is up to end, at that time the main confusion is students confused about the all the topic. They know. Note down these example. This is for the homework to by yourself, and this is the answer. Okay, I'm giving you one hint for solving this example, and that is, first, see, what is your question? Your question is find the Laplace transform of e raised to minus t sine 2 upon t, right? Upon t is there. So maybe you all think that first we have to find the Laplace of e raised to minus t into sine t. See, there are two ways to solve this example. First, you have to find the Laplace of sine t, right? Whatever answer you will get, you have to apply the Laplace of sine t upon t. Laplace of sine t upon t. And then you have to apply first shifting theorem, that is Laplace of e raised to minus t sine t upon t. First method is this. As I told you, every time you have to apply shifting at last. But if anyone wish, and they will find Laplace of sine t first, then they apply first shifting theorem, Laplace of e raised to minus t sine t, then Laplace of e raised to minus t sine t upon t. In both the case, your answer will be same. So you may apply the first method or second method, but as per my advice, you have to go for the first method. For every example, when you apply first shifting theorem at last, it will be easy, right? So first Laplace of sine t is 1 upon s square plus 1. Then you have to apply sine t upon t. Then go for this, and your final answer is cot inverse s plus 1. If you have any query, then you will be asked in the next lecture. So let's move for the next topic, students. That is Laplace transform of derivatives. Students, in the last session, we learned the differentiation of Laplace transform. And this one is the Laplace transform of derivative. This is the most important formula for this topic. Without this formula, you cannot do any example. So first word is Laplace of f of t is equal to capital F of s, right? What about the Laplace of f dash t? If you may ask for the find Laplace of f dash t, you have to remember this formula, that is s into f of s minus f of 0. See here, this in the first term, this f is capital. In the second term, this f is small. So both are different. This is used for the function, and this one, capital F, is used for the Laplace of the function of t. This one is the Laplace of the function of t, right? Similarly, for the Laplace of the second derivative, s square capital F of s minus s into small f of 0 minus f dash 0. And this one is the general formula. Normally, they will ask for the first derivative or the second derivative, not more than second derivative, right? So This is the formula. Okay, everyone please take a screenshot. It will help you for the solution of the example. Okay, in this topic, there is no theory. Just you have to remember formula only. So let's start the example. Find the Laplace of f of t and Laplace of f dash t of f of t upon f of t is equal to sin t upon t. See students, if you may ask only find Laplace of f of t and your given function is sin t upon t, then what to do? As we just learned that for finding the Laplace of sin t upon t is there, our function is what? Our function is sin t. So first you have to find the Laplace of sin t, right? So Laplace of sin t is what? 1 upon s square plus 1. And upon t is there, so we'll put integration s to infinity with respect to s. Any doubt, student? So here s to infinity and the Laplace of sin t is 1 upon s square plus 1. If you wish, you also write that f of t is equal to sin t. Laplace of f of t is equal to Laplace of sin t, and that is 1 upon s square plus 1, right? So this is Laplace of sin t, but we want to find the Laplace of sin t upon t, and that is integration s to infinity 1 upon s square plus 1 into ds. See, both are same. Both are same, right? So Laplace, we want to find the Laplace of f of t, and what is our total f of t? F of t is sin t upon t. So we'll write, first write the Laplace of sin t upon t is there. So because of upon t, integration s to infinity with respect to s. Now, what is the integration of 1 upon s square plus 1? Here again we apply the formula integration 1 upon s square plus a square with respect to s, and that is 1 upon a tan inverse s by a, right? Here in this case our a is 1, so tan inverse s by 1, so we'll put only s there. So tan inverse s, limits are s to infinity. Tan inverse infinity is again pi by 2, minus tan inverse s is there. Pi by 2 minus tan inverse s is cot inverse s. So it is equal to f of s, and this is the answer of Laplace of f of t. Okay, so this is the answer of just a minute, students. Okay, so this is the answer of just Laplace of f of t, but we want to also find the answer of Laplace of f dash t, right? So for Laplace of f dash t, there is formula, that is s into capital F of s minus f of 0. Capital F of s, that we all know, cot inverse s, we just find. But for small f of 0, small f of 0 means this. Our given function is f of t, right? So we'll replace 0 by this t. So f of 0 is sin 0 upon 0. And as you all know, sin 0 upon 0 is not defined, right? So that's why we apply the limit there. Limit t tends to 0, sin t upon t, and this is 1 as per the definition of the limit. Limit t tends to 0, sin t upon t is 1. So we have to find f of 0 like this. Okay, and this is s cot inverse s minus 1. This is our final answer. Let's move for one more example for the better understanding. In this case, again we have to find the Laplace of f of t into and Laplace of f dash t. But here f of t, our given function is discontinuous function, students. When function of t is equal to 3, when t is lies between 0 to 5 and equal to 0, when t is greater than 5. As we want to find the Laplace of f of t is equal to f of s, first we apply our definition, that is 0 to infinity e raised to minus st ft dt. This we learn in our first lecture. When our given function is discontinuous function, at that time we have to solve by definition only, right? So for 0 to 5, for when our t is 0 to 5, e raised to minus st, at that time our function is t. And when our function is t greater than 5, means 5 to infinity, at that time our function is 0. So second term is 0. In the first term, e raised to minus st upon minus s, 0 to 5. By putting upper limit, e raised to minus 5 is there. Minus e raised to 0 is 1. So if we simplify this bracket, so 3 by s, 1 minus e raised to minus 5s. So this is about the Laplace. This is Laplace of f of t. But we want to find the Laplace of f dash t also. And that is here. Laplace of f dash t is equal to s f of s minus f of 0. As f of s means the Laplace of f of t, that is 3 upon s, 1 minus e raised to minus 5s. But what about f of 0? See, here f of 0 is when this is, when t is, if I replace this t by 0, so when t equal to 0, our function is 3. So I put here 3, right? And after simplification, here this s is cancelled, right? And this 3 and minus 3 also cancel. And my final answer is minus 3 e raised to minus 5s. Okay, students. So any doubt? Any doubt for this method also? Okay. Okay. Thank you. So we'll move for the next example. Find the Laplace of f of t and Laplace of f dash t when f of t is equal to e raised to minus 5t sin t. What to do? First, we want to find the Laplace of e raised to minus 5t sin t. So you may find Laplace of e raised to sin t. And e raised to sin t is what? 1 upon s square plus 1. But you want to find the Laplace of e raised to minus 5t sin t, right? That's why you will apply first shifting theorem. And by first shifting theorem, you have to write your s by s plus 5. So your answer is 1 upon s plus 5, the whole square plus 1. And this is your answer. So this is the answer of Laplace of f of t. But we want to find the Laplace of f dash t also, right? So Laplace of f dash t is what? S into f of s minus f of 0. So f of s is what? After simplification of this term, s square plus 10s plus 26. So s up into 1 upon s square plus 10s plus 26. F of 0. So we replace this t by 0. So here e raised to 0 into sin 0, but sin 0 is always 0. So this term is 0. And this is our final answer. So I think you have no doubt how to find the Laplace of function of t and Laplace of f dash t. We'll move for one more example, that is find the Laplace of f of t and Laplace of f dash t, where f of t is equal to t less than or equal 0 less than or equal to t less than or equal to 3 and 6, where t is greater than 3. Here the Laplace of f of t is equal to f of s, and this is the definition. Now here this given function is discontinuous functions, right students? as the given function is discontinuous function. So 0 to 3 e raised to minus st, at that time our function is t. And for 3 to infinity e raised to minus st, at that time our function is 6. Okay. Now we want to do the integration of this first term with respect to t. So the 2 times t are there, right? So we'll apply u into v formula, right? So integration of the first term is e raised to minus st upon minus s, at that time to keep it the same, and e raised to minus st upon s square is there. So this is the integration of the first term, and this one is the integration of the second term, right? Any doubt about the integration, students? Any doubt for the integration of this? You have to apply UV formula, students, for the integration. UV for the integration. At that time, this t is your u, and this e raised to minus s is v. In this case, you have to put u, keep it the same, means t, keep it the same. And the integration of this e raised to minus st is e raised to minus st upon minus s. Then minus derivative of t is 1 and e raised to minus st, e raised to minus st upon minus s into minus s, that is s square. Here is minus sign, right? Minus sign is there, not plus. Okay, students, so any doubt? Okay. Just a minute, one student, ma'am, last term 3 to infinity should be there. Okay. Okay. Yes, students, in the last, I forgot, this is the typing mistake. In the last term, our limits are 3 to infinity. So here, this one is 3 to infinity, right? Okay. So, after simplification, our answer is minus 3 e raised to minus s upon s minus e raised to minus 3s upon s square plus 1 upon s square and plus 6 e raised to minus 3s. This one is not only s, 6 e raised to minus 3s upon s. After simplification, it is the answer, and this is the answer of, okay, no issue, Neil. So this is the answer of the final simplification. This is the answer of Laplace of f of t. But what to do for Laplace of f dash t? For Laplace of f dash t, our formula is s f of s minus small f of 0. So s, this is the answer of capital F of s. And for small f of 0, see, for when t equal to 0, you have to write t, but your t is replaced by 0. So f of 0 is equal to, here is t, but the value of t is 0. That's why when t equal to 0, your answer f function is also 0. Okay, got it? And after simplification, 1s will be removed from the numerator and denominator, right? So this is our final answer, Laplace of f dash t. So students, today we learn two different topics. One is the integration of the Laplace transform, that is also known as the division by t. And the second is the Laplace transforms differentiation, Laplace transform of the derivative, or we can say the differentiation, right? So till now, see, so many more topics are left. So just take a one small recap. First shifting theorem. What about the first shifting theorem? When you have asked, find to Laplace any exponential term with any function of t, then you have to apply first shifting theorem, and you have to apply, if this there is plus sign, then you have to put f of s minus a, and if there is minus sign, you have to put s plus a. Then second shifting theorem. For second shifting theorem, your function is t minus, your function f of t, whatever function is given for t less than a and t greater than type of function is given, right? At that time, you have to apply second shifting theorem, and that is e raised to minus as Laplace of function of t. Then multiplication by d, or you may say the t as a multiple, right? So derivative, so differentiation of t, that is Laplace of t raised to n into function of t. Next is integration of t, that is Laplace of function of t upon t. Here minus 1 raised to n d raised to n upon ds raised to n into f of s. Here integration s to infinity f of s ds. And the last topic, Laplace of f dash t, that is s f of s minus f of 0. You may also ask for Laplace of f double dash t, right? So these are the various topics of the Laplace transform till now which we learned, right? So if you have any query regarding today's lecture, you may ask, otherwise you may leave today's session. Thank you, students. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Vitar. So you